Hey everybody, welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander
He's
Calkins.
got a Foley.
And also welcome back
Oh,
to Discovery.
what?
What?
That finished like last year. What do you mean? What?
Wow. Returning ships and all that jazz.
What do you mean, Stuart? And why is this shot from the wedding?
Because you can visibly see the
Pike's
same
hair?
class of ship
What?
as Discovery up there. Same nacelles, same everything. It is a Crossfield class doing its thing, and that's... Well, it's odd. because all the other ships, including like the four nacelled one and stuff, which we'll do videos on. The nacelles have been replaced with cylindrical nacelles, red bizards, all of the hallmarks of TOS. These are unchanged. I mean, don't want to change the asset. You got the same kind of long, silly nacelles and the blue bizard collectors.
Visibly three, which is well done for the resolution to be able to see three visible glows in that
Yeah,
first shot. That's quite
yeah,
well on the show.
yeah. So there you go. Yeah.
Now, this is doubly silly, though, because everything's intentional in CG for this, right? They've taken something from the folder and they've put it on screen. And then, ironically, it's an LED wall, so they've actually done it earlier in production and displaying it, so everyone on set can see it. And this isn't like a background asset where it's like, oh, we just need something in the distance for a shape. These are incredibly visibly Discovery, and they really stand out against everything else. As you said, like, they don't feel the same. A lot of steps had to get to get this in frame, and yet, my friend Stuart, they explicitly retconned successfully in season 3 of Discovery that the Crossfield Discovery and the Crossfield class, with the spore drive specifically, was permanently removed from the archives, classified, and they do not know about it, nor could they find it. So successfully removed from all history, a la the future. If you start bringing ships that don't exist out in a fleet shot, I feel like the computer's going to say there are 7 ships in orbit and 2 of them aren't ships. What? But I see them. Nope, they're not ships. Because that ship is classified and not existent. Now,
Yeah.
maybe they built more Crossfield class after Discovery and Glenn and Crossfield. But also, no, they wouldn't, because it was designed and retrofitted with the spore drive. That is the reason for the long cells, the reason for everything about it is designed with spore drive in mind. Its one purpose is the spore drive. You are not
Spinny saucer.
You are not going to build a ship identically again with a tech that you can't even Google. This ship looks to be like, if an engineer looked at the ship who didn't have a spore drive because they weren't there at the time, and say this ship makes no sense. Why is anything like it is? I don't worry about it. Well, what? You're never going to build more of these identically. Now, you could do a huge modification of one, but you would never use the same ship. You never build a new one when its one purpose, the reason for its being, the reason all its tech exists, is so classified no one even knows it exists anymore. Your thoughts, because it totally doesn't make sense.
It does it, but it at the same time it kind of does. Like they spend a lot of time in development and research to get this ship. Plus, the internal volume is insane. Have you seen those caverns? We also get the reference to the Crossfield class being replete with labs. It's just there's lots of labs in this ship, so it's a good ship for exploration and that kind of stuff. So I have no problem with them using it again. I hope there's modifications to it, like the saucer's filled in, doesn't spin anymore. It's a solid enough design that I think they would possibly still use it. Because we speculated before, like in season 1 and 2, that the Crossfield was in fact like an experimental testbed ship for new technologies. That's why there's a lot of internal volume, because you can put in other equipment, whatever. So if it's just an experimental testbed, they just made the ship more livable. Put in more labs, maybe, and it's specifically a scientific research vessel. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here as to why it's here. So
100%. But when you make such a choice to because they mess with the Nimitz class and Shepard class to give them accurate nacelles and a few other tweaks. To not do that for this just feels very odd, because it's out of the way. Just swap out the nacelles and put Enterprise. You wouldn't be able to tell identical. But let's look at the direct comparisons, because there's 2. obviously distance, but in 4K you get to see a few details. And the bottom stow render is interesting because it shows even the light rig is the same. The red blinkies, which obviously on the Roddenberry Archive version there aren't, like, it's just a full pure assembly. Now, of course, they just used it from their perspective in Discovery Season 5. They brought it back. So they presumably had it, like, they just, if it was the same company with visual effects, which probably was, not the same team, but the same company, it was on the server. So they thought, oh, it's just in the folder labeled 2025 or 2024, you know, we'll put it in, it's fine. But I just see zero true logic as to why. And it would be interesting for them to make a new Crossfield variant that, if they really needed to do that, as like almost like a you know, Wormhole Extreme, right? As a cover. Oh, you know, you thought you saw the Discovery. No, you didn't. It was this class of ship. No, it wasn't. No, this is the only one that ever existed. Like, change the records to explain why the Crossfield class was, because that's not classified, just the reason for its existence was, and who was in it, and the captains. And so design a new one, which is more like the original Alpha version that we like, but even more faithfully, more Stranger Worlds. I could see there being, like, plausible deniability. And even, I mean, if you even christen that Discovery and, like, full on, like, false flag it a bit, like, no, it's fine, it's this ship, right? Oh, it's fine. This is the. But then you're also going to ask trouble. Questions going to be asked because, you know, 1,000 people know about Discovery. It's not like a true secret because it was whatever. It's just odd. And you can see it's the same thing identically. They didn't even change the colours. Like, you could at least change the bizarre colour to red to blend in. Or the cell shrink takes less than a minute in Maya just to shrink them.
Yeah.
Minute.
Yeah. Just changing the bizarre glow from blue to red would have been very advantageous, I think. It's interesting that they have the red lights on the bottom of the saucer, because that was never really a Discovery thing. But
oh, it was. Yeah. Yeah, those glows in various episodes.
Oh, is there?
Uh-huh. More of a season 1 thing, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't remember that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. They don't flare normally. They're more like just blinkies, but obviously out of focus, a light becomes brighter. And I imagine the team might have said, oh, I can't see the lights that I know should be there. Let's double the intensity and then the blur, whatever. Yeah, they're there sometimes. It's just odd because you know why they're there. Just, we wanted assets. That's it. But I feel like someone should have looked and said, oh, you can't use it. The problem is, Stuart, they were not the first people to break the internal continuity of the canon, of the logic of the canon. So, in fairness to them, they just followed the pre-existing canon, which you also complained about at the time. Next shot, Stuart. Tell us what this is from. This is not classified because it's right there.
This is from Prodigy, where the hologram Janeway is telling the kids all about the Federation, and we get to see a bunch of ships. And yes, we saw the Crossfield class at the time. Actually, this is probably, and we complained about it because it was an experimental ship. It was classified, or at least so we thought. But now Stranger Worlds has kind of fixed it. So made Prodigy look better by having them in the background, because they're still around. They're just being used for different purposes. And I think that's actually a pretty good thing that they did, because this is the one thing about Prodigy which didn't really fit. Prodigy did a really good job of maintaining canon and making things kind of fit together, even so much so as having an actual classic TOS Connie visible as well, instead of the Strange New Worlds one, which we applauded them for at the time. So, yeah, it's just in the lineup of ships, and it makes sense that they would have used it because it was one of their new show ships, and they thought, oh, we'll just put it in. But it makes a little more sense now if they're still around and visible, like people are aware of them. So
yeah, it was odd because in this scene from Project Episode 2, remember Episode 2, it's there next to the most famous ships. Outside the show, it's because it's one of the hero ships of the Trek universe. But in the universe, it's literally doesn't exist anymore at that point. So it was just a pure meta plot hole, right? Fine, whatever. It's just, now it is in Stranger Worlds. And this is where the dichotomy of the canon of Stranger Worlds is confusing, because we don't take the ship as fully canon because the ship doesn't fit inside the ship, and all these things are too big, and yet we take this as gospel. The fact that we see another ship makes it canon to later shows, and yet we don't take the Gorn as real canon per se, and the ship. It's odd that, you know what I mean? And now, like, April's not the guy from TAS, etc. Like, it's odd that some things we sort of see and don't see, because can this not be thrown away, like the Connie itself, like the design language being twice as big, blah blah blah. I don't know. But it's also our job to show the detail, isn't it? And here it is. But there it is in Prodigy. You probably forgot, because most people didn't watch Prodigy. I just wish they changed themselves, or anything, or just the colours, or... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to see Cylindrical in the cells in a more TOS kind of inspired body on the same design. That would have been great. But yeah, all it would have taken was changing the Bizarre Collector Glow to red. Just a small thing.
That's still too long to be logical. They're always dumb.
Yes, but I
Because
mean, changing the light colors is not a hard thing to do, I'm sure.
if you... Not very easy. Because if you look at the one from Prodigy, while it does look the same, you could probably argue that they had the source is actually filled in, and there's just very like Excelsior and saucer style little dip-ins. So if they, I mean, not that you can turn this version of the Strange Worlds, but had they filled in the saucer fully, so obviously can't spin, it wouldn't be the same saucer, etc. Like, can you imagine, seriously, someone being assigned to the Crossfield class and they're saying, I've been going over the ship schematics, why is the saucer designed to spin? And they're like, there's no reason. It's like, no, there's like, we've dedicated like 4% of our internal volume of the saucer to spin like mechanisms and has no functional purpose. Like, yep. Like, it's very suspicious. You would need to, if you're building new ones, you would remove all those features, right? So no, therefore not look the same. So hence it should look different, because you wouldn't.
Yeah, like you said, just filling in the saucer, getting rid of the gaps in it, just having a standard saucer would have been a great improvement as well. So
it's interesting is what we're trying to say. And we caught it because of, guess what? Very distinct silhouette and style. Totally compared when you see the, if you go back to the first shot, the fleet shot, everything kind of blends in fine, and then bam, there's Discovery. Like, I mean, it's obviously proportion depth, but you can see how much bigger it is to the Connie. Just, even if it's closer, it's just, everything is, yeah, you can see it's not of the same ilk.
Yeah. But guys, comment in the comment section down below what you thought about this. I know a lot of people have noticed it. A lot of people have been commenting on it online. So what are your thoughts on it and our take on it and how it ties in with Prodigy and all that? Do you assume that it's got changed internally to be more of a newer thought? Anyway, comment down below what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the like button and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so you can join us for lives, discussions, and edited content.
And if you want to support what we do here all the time, because we like to do it a lot of the time, you can support us via Patreon. It's monthly. Join the channel, also monthly. Even $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $10 a month will add up a lot and quickly. Or one-time thank you donations via super chatting during live, which we love because you can throw out an interesting curveball. We can try and argue, debate, discuss, or a revelation, etc. And it helps fund the channel as well. Or super thanks on any video, or buy a shirt link down below, or anything in between, because there's a lot of things you can do.
That's right. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.